We are officially live.
Hello.
I took your name off the screen because you told me you weren't going to join
Well,
us.
I didn't really want to. Sorry guys. Not because of you. But somebody made me feel bad about not
I didn't
coming
make
to
you
say
feel
hi.
bad. I
So
was totally prepared. Look, I was so prepared I took your name off the screen
I see
to
that.
go live with myself. I thought we're going to have a party. And then
Well, I'll gladly go away because the way
I'm
this
pretty
camera is hitting me, I'm looking a bit. Here, is that better?
You've had a rough couple days.
I have. I've had a rough couple days, and I look it as well.
I wasn't going to say that. I thought you looked just as chipper as ever. I mean, I dressed down so you could look good.
Thanks, I
This is
appreciate it. Hi guys.
Yeah. Hey,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? I'm sorry we didn't get to go live last weekend. The last couple of weeks with the kids and ball games and Christmas coming and everything has been absolutely, absolutely crazy. So John, Arthur, DJ 69, what is that? 169.11. Did I get that right? Justin, Tony, Nick. I seen Farmer Chris and I think an SOT and a Captain Kleeman in here. So hopefully you guys are all doing good this evening. So real quick, before we get too far into this live feed, we got two main things I want to make sure we hit on real quick. A lot of you guys have been asking when the podcasts are coming back, and we released the first podcast today. The audio track is on the other channel. The other channel, I'll post a link to it, is A Few Points from Perfect. Several podcasts on there. You back? Several podcasts on the other channel. It'll also be on all the major streaming platforms in the morning. So if you guys want to go over and check all that, we did get a podcast with Jerry. Everybody's been asking for a podcast with Jerry. We did get Jerry to sit down and record a podcast with us. He started warming up towards the end. It's a good podcast. Don't get me wrong. He started warming up towards the end. We may have to try to get him on there again. We do also have some plans for some pretty big guests coming up on the podcast this year. We got 4 of them recorded already, and I got several more to come. So Clint from CNC Equipment in the comments, he's one of the guys we're hoping to get on the podcast here sooner rather than later. Clint's, I just got done editing. Actually, Clint, I was just editing the shop tour video, which turned out really cool. But Clint's cool guy, cool operation. We got Jerry on there. We got a couple other ones. The first one is posted. It is up on the other channel, A Few Points from Perfect, and it'll be up on all the major streaming platforms in the morning. I'll post a link to it one more time if you guys want to go over there and check that out. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Hold on, that's not good.
Wait, there's that little X
Right there. Oh, that was bad. Good thing you guys can't see that on a. What
are you doing?
I don't know. Oh my goodness. Just ignore what I think my mouse button. Why is it doing that? Stop.
Stop.
I think my mouse button is sticking. I need to do it over here. What is going on?
Stop touching everything. Just stop.
this is not going real well right now. How will it not? Let me.
Yes, we're gonna get Lieutenant Dan shirts, but
okay, that's
Lieutenant Dan
enough.
Is complete.
That's
you just need to stop trying, guys. You're just gonna have to.
Hey,
find
if you guys
it
can't tell, I'm in a
it.
happy mood tonight. I have no idea what's going on. Every time I go to paste it, it turns into a bunch of smiley faces.
No, you click the button down there and it just.
No, I clicked right here. See, it's doing it again.
Stop clicking the button.
I don't know why it's doing that. Oh my goodness, this is craziness. All right, so anyways, just search A Few Points from Perfect. I think there's 12 or 15 podcasts already up on there. The new one just come out, season 2, episode 1. We got several more coming on that. So hop on over there. The other thing I want to talk about, and I seen them in the chat here just a minute ago, is DOT Bear Woodworking, which is AKA. You're supposed to finish my sentence. We're supposed to be.
I had a minute. DOT Bear Woodworking.
No, I said DOT Bear Woodworking,
Officer
which
Hoover.
is. Thank you. Oh my goodness, how many drugs you got in your system right now?
Well, apparently too many.
Yeah. All right, so for you guys that don't know, I have covered this a little bit on my channel in the past, and Logger Wade has covered this on his channel. in the past also. But once a year, Logger Wade, myself, and Farmer Chris sponsor a local DOT training that we do here at the Derby Community Center. And Officer Hoover is nice enough to come down and put on one heck of an educational show. And had a lot of comments from you guys on YouTube wanting to know when the next one was, if you guys can participate, et cetera, et cetera. And we're still still living in a little bit of the COVID world, and Officer Hoover's time is pretty limited. So this is what we're going to try to do. The training, now SOT Metalworks, you saved me, buddy. You saved me. I can, if you need smiley faces posted, I'm your guy. If you need
don't press that button again.
I'm gonna press it one more time. I think it'll work now. No, it don't. Why does it do that? That is insane.
You got something majorly wrong with that.
I don't know what's going on. I give up. Anyways, all right. So Red Dog got me too. Thank you, Red Dog. So January 7th, we are doing our DOT training here in Derby. Officer Hoover is putting it on. And with the help of Jason Works a Lot, the goal is to live stream it. So you guys can participate in the actual presentation of Officer Hoover. We're going to do our best. If you guys got questions, you can participate. So if you have a trucking company or any company out there, if you guys want to get everybody together in your safety room and watch this and participate, you're more welcome to do it. As of right now, the plan is to live stream it on the Dirt Perfect channel. We did get permission from all the people we need to get permission from to do that. If you guys are in the trucking industry or have anything to do with the trucking industry, this is always good and educational. Every year, Officer Hoover kind of does a little bit of a different like load securement 1 year, permitting 1 year, this, that, and the other. Yeah, January 7th, we'll probably start around 9 p.m. Central Time. If you guys are interested in jumping on there, 9 a.m. Central Time.
Say, I don't think you want to do it at 9 p.m. It's going to be dark.
Yeah, if you guys want to jump on there and check that out, I'll be posting some more of that stuff on. We'll be posting some more of that stuff on my social media, and I'm sure a few others will be posting it on their social media. But huge thanks to Officer Hoover for doing that for us. That is absolutely awesome. So, what? How do you pronounce his name there, Jenna? You don't like Ryobi tools? They're trash. Chaka. So, yeah, DLP Bear Woodworking. We're looking forward to it. We actually skipped last year because of all the regulations and stuff going on, and really figured out how much people are missing it because we had a lot of requests for it. A lot of people want to know what was going on, so we're bringing it back this year. Looking forward to it. We always learn a little bit, yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to it. It's always good. We like I said, Officer Hoover does an awesome job. He's very knowledgeable and good deal. So Chris says it's his birthday this coming week. Randy keeps losing internet. Richard, how you guys doing? So other than that, guys, we really don't have a whole lot to talk about. We didn't get to go live last weekend. The weekend before that, we had all the technical difficulties with some bad internet connection or something. SLC Farms, what's up? How you doing? Appreciate that. If you guys watch me on social media, Dirt Daddy 93, how are you doing this evening? He's got some pretty good videos. He's been posting here regular. DOT Bear Woodworking's channel posted by SOT Metalworks. So if you guys follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook, you'll know that Lieutenant Dan has left the shop. It's not done, but we had to do some maintenance and stuff. So Lieutenant Dan's out of the shop. 850B's actually in the shop now, getting some TLC.
This shop is a mess.
Well, I actually had the shop pretty well cleaned up, and then a little monster come through here and decided he wanted to pick all the dry dirt off the dozer with the pry bar, and I think he's got 2 ton on the ground. Clayton Allen, I appreciate that. DJ 16911 wants to know if you got your motorhome yet.
No, not yet. I don't see it parked on.
I think she has not hit the lottery yet. How's the 850 rebuild going? We're not doing a complete rebuild on it, Brian. The dozer, I cover this in some of the videos. I know I'm stumbling here. I cover this in some of the videos, but the dozer's got a lot of hours on it, and I want to keep it in good operational order. But we're going to put some used undercarriage parts on it, get it back in tip top shape, run it for another couple years, kind of see how things go, how things transpire. It's not ready for a complete, like, total overhaul rebuild like what we did with the 120. We're gonna get a few more years out of it before we do that, and then but I do want to be. I mean, we do still use it a lot, so I do want to get it in good shape. So David said he enjoyed your video today. If you guys don't know, Miss Dirt Perfect has her own channel going. So yeah, Clint CNC Equipment, he is building an RV. That is correct.
My mic is off.
I don't think your mic is off.
I'm sitting kind of far back.
She's sitting too far from the mic.
I keep clearing my throat, so I don't want to be all up in the microphone.
PJS, I was just in Evansville the other day. Hopefully everything's good down your way. Send the little monster over. How's the 120 and the 140 doing? Actually, they're both been doing really good. We've been running them both quite a bit here. Actually, we're going to run the deer quite a bit tomorrow. We just hauled the 140 back from Indy, and honestly, man, I can't complain. We put a lot of hours on a lot of equipment this year, and pretty minor breakdowns. I mean, you're always going to have stuff go wrong as much as what we run, but I can't complain. How's the little sheep's foot compactor? That thing is doing awesome. If you guys watch Captain Kleeman's channel today, he actually did a complete service on it. The guys were tearing him up in the comments for pouring the fuel out of the old fuel filter into the new fuel filter. It's not ideal, but it's going to live. That's what the purpose of the fuel filter is for, I guess. But that has been a very nice, handy little addition to the
Thanks, Mr. SOT.
Yes, there's a link to Mrs. Dirt Perfect's channel if you guys want to jump over there and check out her videos. So anyways, yeah, the little compactor has been a nice little addition. It's small enough to take in on some of these pad jobs. It's big enough to still do a good job on a big lake job. It just takes a little bit longer, and we can still move it with a pickup truck if we need to, which is handy because, you know, me and Kleeman are the only two guys with CDL, so it's nice to be able to have some of the other guys move that with a pickup truck if they need to. So that little compactor, and it's a twin to the other one I got that is a smooth drum, so it's kind of nice too. Everything's kind of the same there. So yeah, it's been good. What kind of drone do I fly? I'm currently flying the DJI Mavic Air 2. I flew the Mavic Air 1 for a long time. Really liked that drone. And I like the Mavic Air 2 as well. The biggest thing is the flight time. You got a lot more flight time on that.
Yes, Farmer Matt. We've had a little bit of some not feeling well, which is why I wasn't going to come on here. But I'm here. Hello.
And she's had a real bad case of the bad attitude.
Well, when you can't breathe, sometimes.
Brian, you got any videos of the Ripper on the 850J? So I have a video of us installing it. Clint and the boys from CNC Equipment actually come down and help me install it. And the first video of actually using it is going to be filmed tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Do we get any tornado damage? No, we were very, very, very fortunate. The tornado did pass about 25, 30 miles south of here. By the time it went south of us, it pretty much dissipated. But it was kind of on a path towards us here for a while. But fortunately, we missed it. A few people I know, of course, Mayfield, Kentucky's, I don't know, about 2 hours from us. Clinton from CNC Equipment is going to beat me to the punch. He says he's got a Ripper coming out on the dozer or on the 850 Ripper on Wednesday. I don't think mine comes out after the first of the year. I'll have to go look.
So, Dennis, I took a trip to the doctor today, so I'm hoping to be better before Christmas gets here. Thank you.
So, anyways,
the kids are fine. Everybody's good. It's just
everybody's fine but her.
I just got a sinus infection.
Joy, nothing major going on with the D4G. We had a pin and bushing we replaced and a couple little oddball knickknack things and shipping her on back out the door, just getting her fixed while we had time. Any updates on the Devil Owl? I was talking about something important. Oh, the tornado. So Mayfield, Kentucky. They got me sidetracked. Mayfield, Kentucky is about 2 hours away from us. We did build one house down there. I believe it got missed. It was an ICF house. I don't know that for sure, but I do know some people that went down there to help out, and they got hit hard, guys. They got this is one of the rare scenarios. I'm not for sure the media does a good job of actually showing the scope, of the damage down there. Um, it's it's fun. So it's crazy. They got hit. It's bad. It's bad. So is there a beef between you and Andrew, or is it all in good fun? All right. I have no idea, buddy. I've talked to Andrew a few times on the phone. Watched a lot of his videos. I have absolutely no issues with Andrew whatsoever. I hope to catch up with him at some point someday. Did he say something on his side or do something on his side to make you believe that? We just kind of take a little swing back and forth. We actually had a little bit of fun with the egg challenge together, and then had a little bit of fun with the egg challenge together, and then we actually invited him down for the meet and greet. But he had a lot going on and couldn't make it. So Andrew seems like a really cool, neat guy. I'd like to get him on the podcast at some point. Maybe able to try to work that out. So, is the D4 too big? No. Pretty happy with the size of the D4. If anything, it's maybe just that much too small, but it's been a good dozer. So I hate to
Finish your comment before
yeah, I hate to say anything bad about it. So yeah, Lawn and Snow. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have anything bad to say there at all. So I'm not sure where that come from. So what's up, Derby, Sassafras Valley? Hope you're doing good this evening. So you guys, if you guys are watching the video that just got posted today, you know that it's working on Mr. Millennial's farm, Mr. Millennial's pond, and let me tell you, that's a hot mess. So, the video that will post in the morning will answer a lot of questions. A lot of questions about Mr. Millennial's pond. I don't want to. Gate City, appreciate that. I don't want to give too much away with what's coming with Mr. Millennial's pond, but tomorrow's video, there's a lot that goes down. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot that goes down.
Before you get started on another topic, I'm gonna roll out of here, guys.
Oh, we forgot you were here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were talking a lot.
You were so quiet over there. So, all right.
I just wanted to say hi. I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be back live before.
No, because after Christmas we got a trip coming. So
yeah, we're traveling with Farmer Chris and Logger Wade.
SOT
Metalworks. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Yep. Anyways, bye guys. Have Merry Christmas. See ya in the new year.
All right. Yeah, so Mr. Millennial's Pond, we covered a little bit of it in this video today or yesterday, I guess, but the video coming tomorrow really covers a whole lot more of it. And man, that was a really, 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 really cool place to build a pond. And if we can get it to hold water, it's going to be absolutely awesome. But you guys are just going to have to stay tuned. So, I don't know how much. So Hitch, the trenching tile bucket. I get a lot of people ask. Joy, no, we did not take the rock bucket to the pond job. We didn't need it down there. That rock was actually no. I take that back. We did take the rock bucket to the pond job, but it wasn't for the pond part. It was for some other shenanigans that went on. So stay tuned for that. But more spray foam. How's the little mini excavator doing? I haven't. Farmer Chris has ran it a lot, and Mr. Millennial's ran it a lot, and Captain Kleeman's ran it a lot. I haven't ran the mini excavator in probably 6 months. I think the last time I ran it may have been the egg challenge. Yeah, but it's doing good. We haven't had any problems with it. Actually, Farmer Chris had to put a little oil in it the other day. So, Doze and Dennis, what's the recommendation for the height on the door of a new shop? At least 14 feet. If you go at least 14 feet, you can get Van Traer semis in there. And if you can get that stuff in there, you can pretty much get any equipment through it. So, my minimum would be 14 feet. That's what the door is on my shop's 14 feet, and it seems to work out pretty good. Uh, Dirt Perfect, do you know Let's Dig 18? Yep, Brian, I've never heard of the guy. I hear he's on YouTube quite. I can't even keep a straight face. That was my favorite comment. Somebody tells me I need to get a hold of Let's Dig 18. Uh, I didn't. Uh, I always respond with "Who's that?" So, anyways, Machine Mirror Man, what's up? How are you doing? Just got the RS2. Yeah, I heard those are pretty good drones. I don't. I don't. Man, I'm just not a big drone guy. I got one for what I do. I don't get into a lot of the ins and the outs. I'm not a real techie guy. To techie guy. So yeah, Sassafras Valley blew my cover though. I've been on Let's Dig's channel quite a bit. He's been on my channel quite a bit. Me and Chris are pretty good friends. He's actually a good friend of mine. So Chris is a good guy. You know, everybody always comments about like this Mr. Millennials Pond, getting Chris down here to look at it, or some of the stuff Chris has got it going up there. The problem is whenever you're in different parts of the country, everybody does stuff so different. So I don't know, the dirt's different, the techniques are different, everything's different. So Chris is very knowledgeable what he does, but he's also very knowledgeable in his area with his materials and his situations, and vice versa for us as well. Uh, Need a pond and sand? Oh man, Amy, ponds and sands are hard to do. You got to line them with clay or put an actual liner in them. Farmer Chris, I don't think Andrew Dozen Dennis is a farmer. I don't think he needs a 16 by 40 door for what he's doing. That's an airplane hangar door. Now, if you're a farmer, that'd be a little bit different. So, Troy, appreciate that. How is Chris doing? Chris is doing good. See a few guys, Chris and a few guys on here asking about Aaron. Aaron has unfortunately been working his real job. He's a boiler maker, which basically means he's a union welder. He goes into these powerhouses and works on the boilers and the ductwork and the emission systems and all that stuff. And they've had a lot of unexpected outages and a few jobs run long on them. So he's not been back, but we got a pretty. I got give you a little sneak peek of what's coming up. We got a pretty elaborate welding project coming up here that's going to require a bunch of welding. A little sneak peek. So I'm hoping he shows up sooner rather than later, because I don't want to do all the welding. We just got done building building a little welding project without him. So, but yeah, Aaron's been working a lot of hours there for a while. He was working night shift supervisor at one power plant, driving 30 minutes down the road and working a day shift job as a supervisor at another power plant. So, Joy, yeah, it depends on the sand. Our sand around here will not hold water. You get over around North Carolina where the sand's a little finer and got some clay and stuff mixed in with it. That goes back to my whole conversation I just said earlier about you got to know where you're at, what materials you're working with. Um, a lot of these old timers around here, SOT Metalworks just I got a link there to Mr. Millennial's channel. You gotta know what materials you're working with, and the sand we got here, especially the river sand, it's basically a field bed. It'll just drain right out. So, John, I just got on editing that video today. Yes, we hauled almost a mile. I don't know if Farmer Chris or Officer Hoover's still on here. Officer Hoover, you're on here. Close your ears. We hauled almost a mile of clay pipe out of there, like 15 semi loads. The first 7 or 8 semi loads were mediocre legal weight and tie downs. Towards the end, we were nowhere close to legal weight and limits. It was just we were running out of time, and we had to get her. We just had to get her done. So, but yeah, we got a massive pile of pipe on the lot down there, and believe it or not, um, we may have a project coming up for most of it. Dave, yeah, everybody's been missing man behind the scenes. Hopefully he'll be here sooner rather than later. And everybody makes fun. Everybody makes fun of my OSHA approved footwear. But I'm telling you, The old Crocs, they're pretty comfortable. They are pretty comfortable. Louis wants to know if I'm gonna get a new excavator in the future. Never say never. Um, it's not high on the list to upgrade. I've been a small cab dozer, a different skid steer, possibly a haul truck, and then an excavator. That's kind of the four ways I'm thinking. That would be the ideal way I'd probably buy them if I was going to do it. Small dozer with a cab, haul truck, skid steer, and then a larger excavator. But that's kind of the wish list of um, it's kind of the wish list of the new equipment. I don't know. Sometimes it depends on what comes up for sale cheap and what how much funds are available at the time, and then sometimes it comes down to necessity as far as which jobs we land in the spring. So it's we'll have to see. So how's the tilt bucket? How's the new tilt bucket going? The gaming hand wants to know. It's doing awesome. We actually we got a video coming up the first of the year. We actually put it on the 140. That particular bucket actually works better on the 140. But I got a couple other jobs coming up in the spring doing some ditch cleaning jobs. So um, it's nice. So it will not be a deer machine. I can promise you it'll not be a deer machine. I love the old deer machines, Louis, but I do not like the new deer machines. And I don't know. I don't think it'll be a deer. It'll probably either be a Hyundai or a Volvo, most likely. Whenever it comes to the excavator. So, how about the GPS technology stuff? Mike, that's a good question. Jeffrey Dodge, that drives the sprint car I sponsor, he actually got a small excavating company as well, and he just invested in some 2D GPS stuff for some 2D GPS stuff for some septic work. And I talked to a guy from a Brandeis dealership over in North Carolina the other day. I am very, very, very interested in doing GPS on something. It would most likely be an excavator. Um, I just haven't quite found the right situation or the right job to pull the trigger on the investment. Um, um, Clint, CNC Equipment. Yes, I did know that. It's been more than recently. I think they split 3 or 4 years ago, didn't they? Correct me on that if I'm wrong. So, I yes, I'm going to get into the GPS stuff. Between the field tile, the basement digs, the septic work we do, um, I'm pretty sure I could justify doing it. I just gotta. I haven't quite figured out the right situation to get it all figured out yet. So um, we'll see. That's definitely on the list of things to definitely on the list of things to consider. 145, yeah. I mean, the 145 and the 145 and the 140 and the 120 are all basically the same machine. The 145 is just compact radius or whatever. Um, the driving factor for possibly getting a bigger excavator is if I get a haul truck or not. That's why the haul truck's ahead of the bigger excavator. If I get a haul truck, where I need cycle times to load that truck, that'd be the driving force for a bigger excavator. I love running my two smaller excavators because I'm so nimble and quick. Um, I don't know. Actually, believe it or not, we actually have an entire podcast coming. I know I shouted out the podcast in the beginning of this. I think it's episode 3, season 2. And me and Jason have a really good conversation about why bigger is not any better. Um, and we kind of talk about size and equipment. Oh, it's that recent. I didn't realize it was that recent, February 2022. I love the Hitachi stuff, and the Deere stuff's good up through the C models. Once you get into the D and G models, it's not bad, but it's not near as good as what it used to be. Some of the other competitors kind of caught up with it a little bit. That's my opinion. And nowadays, Deere and Hitachi used to have a superior machine for a long, long time. And Volvo and Cat and a few others kind of caught up with them a little bit. And I don't know. I love the older stuff up through the C's, but once I got to the D's and the G's, Um, I just they lost some of their edge. It's just my opinion. So no, unfortunately, Lieutenant Dan is not back in the garage yet. We got a lot of work we need to do to the 850B. Got some maintenance on the 850 or the D4G. Got oh, what else we got? We got the rowers already been in and out. We got another little project. Another little project we got to build. We just got completed. Then the 850J needs to come in the shop. I got a few little knickknacks on it we need to fix, and then we got a pretty good sized project we're gonna do on it. Um, then once the 850J is done, then we're gonna bring the Lieutenant Dan back in. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping we get Lieutenant Dan back in by the end of. Um, Farmer Chris is alluding to a few things there. Yeah, they seem to got Komatsu when it comes to the integrated technology. I think Komatsu has got it going on. To be honest with you, um, there's yeah so everything I complain about, I'm referring to Clint from CNC Equipment's comment right here. Everything I complain about on my Volvo 140 as far as hydraulic timing and speed and all that stuff, that all goes away on the 220s. 220 is what Chris pretty much runs. Those machines have got it figured out. The Volvo 220s, I don't know if there's any machine in the class that'll come with competing with their speed and power and the smoothness. I can grade better with a 220 than I can my 140, which sounds counterproductive, but it's true. So that's Fraz Valley. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Have a good Christmas. Hopefully, we'll see you right here after the first year. We may try to do. I don't know. I need to talk to Farmer Chris and a few other ones. We may try to do a live feed. Um, we may try to do a live feed from vacation if we can possibly swing it. We'll just have to kind of see how everything goes. Yeah, Paris fam. GPS is a necessity in a lot of people's line of work. My buddy Chris, or not my buddy Chris, my buddy Brett. Pretty much everything they do is GPS, and part of the reason I can't get into GPS is none of my competition's doing it. So obviously, if you're GPS and you got to justify that investment, and then it's hard to raise your prices over those. So then you got to say, well, can I get it done faster and save money that way? And then it's just a give and take. But I'm confident. I'm confident probably within the next 3 to 5 years we'll have an integrated GPS machine in the fleet. Most likely a Traco of some sort, but um, we'll just have to kind of see how everything transpires. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff changing here in the next couple years with the way this crazy, crazy world's going. But what little bit I've looked into some of the stuff, especially with the integrated machines, I think Komatsu is kind of light years ahead of everybody right now. And if I was going to do something, I'd probably do it on an integrated machine where it's built into the machine. So we'll have to see what's going on that. Joy, what's going on with the podcast? New podcast, episode 1, season 2, posted today. We're going to try to post at least 12 episodes in season 2. They will, uh, KD Excavating. If you're talking about Komatsu, I can get Komatsu parts probably faster than I can get Deere parts. I'm not for sure which one you're referring to there, but a few points from Perfect is the other channel. It'll also be up on all the major streaming platforms tomorrow. Hope to do at least 12 episodes. We got 4 or 5 of them already recorded, and the first one is up on our YouTube channel right now. A few points from Perfect. You guys want to go over and check it out. We do have a podcast coming with Jerry, so be sure you stay tuned for that. Kind of talk about Jerry's history and what's going on. So, John, that is a good question. And if Clint from CNC Equipment's on here, he could probably tell you better than me. But the 850J does have some grade control stuff on it. I don't know how much of it is there. I don't know how much of it works. I don't know what is missing. But yes, there is some Trimble stuff on it. I'm assuming it's probably whatever the government ordered standard equipment for those guys. Um, Dirt Daddy 953. I'm not for sure where the closest Cabelco dealer is right now. I think it may be Louisville, which would be about Nice. Dylan Kolar, it's a podcast there, buddy. So not supposed to have video or don't have to have video. It's meant to be listened to. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed listening to it. Red Dog just posted. It has grade control tremble. So I think I know what that means, but I'm not 100% for sure. I think that can be integrated into GPS. Um, and that may be a direction we go in the future too. At least we got to start on, I guess. But I could I could use a GPS dozer from time to time, but most of our grade work, or our technical grade work, will be done with an excavator as far as digging slope trenches, slope ditches, septic work, basements, pads. The dozers would be used more for like maybe some larger building pads and some dams. But 9 times out of 10 on those, you can run laser control on them and catch those pretty quick with a dozer. So it's a give and take. Yes, Carl, I do have a video of the new Ripper coming soon. I think it'll post right for the first of the year. Clinton CNC Equipment said he's posting his Wednesday, so go over and check out his channel. You'll see it on his channel before me. And then we're actually going to film the first video of using the Ripper tomorrow, so that'll be up sometime in January. Would I buy another D4G, Amy? Yes. Farmer Chris, I don't think that was. If you're talking about what we did on uh, laser, yeah, it worked. It worked. I wouldn't call that GPS. So, would I buy another D4G? Absolutely. Um, Whenever I bought that D4G, I was actually looking to buy a 650H or a 650J John Deere because I really like those dozers. Uh, I couldn't find one for a decent price. And I stumbled across this little D4G, which stat wise is pretty much the same, or maybe just that much smaller. So I ended up getting a hold of this thing, and I've been very, very, very happy with that little D4G. Actually, Um, I'm pretty sure I'd probably buy another D4G over a 650H. I mean, it's got maybe just a little bit less power, but man, it's just very well balanced. Um, it's it's nice. So, Hitch, that's a better question for the guys that that's a, I'm reading Captain Gleeman's comment. I'm laughing. So, that is a better question for the guys at CNC Equipment. I am not for sure. So, Captain Kleeman may be coming across the Ripper. So, Southern Dirt 95, what's up, buddy? How are you? Um, yeah, cats. Once you get above a 50,000 pound dozer, I think it's hard to beat a cat. 50,000 to 20,000, cat and deer, I think, are pretty much neck and neck, depending. Deer's got more models than cat does. You get out on the small stuff, it's pretty much all got replaced by skid steers. But um, what did I do to my head? Nothing. There's something wrong with my head. I'm just that ugly, Chris. Sorry. Dave, appreciate that. Merry Christmas. Ken, what's up? How you guys doing? So, what is the difference between an H and a K? Oh, the big difference between the H and the K. Yeah, well, the K's go into emission stuff, and it's yeah. Um, yeah, so the 700H's, John Deere 700H, Clint can argue with me if he wants to. It's probably one of the best dozers John Deere ever built. Those things are like bulletproof. You got some speed sensors and some oddball stuff, and those things will run forever. They're big enough to move some dirt. They're small enough to do some grading. They are just really, really, really good machines. The 750H's, the 750J's are pretty good as well. So, Amanda Connor, yeah, I've seen AJ works. He's got they do a different type of work than what we do. We do some of that work where he kind of does it all the time, but yeah, he is very, very, very good. Uh, uh, very, very, very good at what he does. So, yeah, as far as I mean, Farmer Chris, I think's in the same boat as pretty much every farmer out there. Um, uh, their input costs are just going through the roof. So I'm sure he's got some he'd like to do. I'm sure we'll do a little bit here and there, but it's going to be hard to do a lot of improvements this spring with the prices just being absolutely so crazy, which in return is going to end up driving our food prices up, which is just absolutely crazy. So, yeah, Southern Dirt. I seen he just commented on here somewhere. He had a D4G and now he's got a 450H, which is the John Deere version of it. I'd say a 450H is probably a little smaller than the D4G, but um, D4's man, my D4's got like 10,000 hours on it. I bought it with 6,000 hours, I think. So I put like 3 or 4,000 hours on it. And I haven't, man, I mean, very, very, very little issues with it. It's been, um, it's been a good little dozer. Not only is it dependable, it's just very well balanced dozer. It's easy to grade with, it's easy to push with. What do I really think of electric equipment? It has its place. For what we do, it's not feasible right now. But what you guys don't know is I've been involved in a lot of large commercial projects, especially in some major stadiums where you're working in confined spaces and small spaces. You have a lot of restrictions, and I do see scenarios. I do see scenarios to where, um, yeah, Dirt Daddy 953. I've seen your 850H a few times. That's a nice dozer. I do see some scenarios where the electric equipment does have some advantages. Um, um, it's not a blanket. It's not going to fit everywhere. And is that market where it has advantages big enough to justify where it's at? Not right now. Um, I don't know. I mean, with all this emissions and DEF stuff and everything, there's days I wish I had an electric motor in my excavator because I just feel like there'd be a whole lot less problems, a whole lot less stuff to go wrong. There's a lot less moving parts, a lot less service. There is some major advantages to the electric stuff, but it's got a ways to go before it gets affordable and reliable and the bigger stuff. So I don't know. That's an interesting little market there of interesting little market there, the electric stuff. It definitely has its place. I can definitely see some major advantages of it. But as far as what I do on a day-to-day basis, it just don't fit yet. So um did I see the new Doosan 100? Yes, I have seen it. Have not ran it yet. Those aren't horrible little machines for the price. Um, I think they're like a lot of other pieces of equipment. Some are better than others, I guess. So had a case 1650L for a while. Yeah, those I tell you what, I had a couple old case dozers, and some of them are all right. The case dozers are for notorious for being overpowered and light. Um, so it depends on what you're doing with them, but a lot of field tile guys run them because they are lighter and they're usually in wet situations and they zip around real quick. Um, do I get income from your gas station? Well, I hope so. We own it. That's the main reason to we got to kind of keep the doors open. So um, I own the building basically, and my mom and stepdad run the business. So basically, they lease it, or I lease it to them, or it's a little more complicated than that. But that's basically the way it's with them. Why do you run highway diesel fuel in all your equipment? I realize you own the Derby market. It's simple because with us owning the market and so the price of putting storage in for the amount of fuel I burn, it's cheaper for me just to run road fuel in there, and I can deduct the taxes off of it if I can prove it goes into the equipment. And there's no anybody stealing it. There's no paper trail trying to keep track of gallons. There's no containment. There's no this. There's no that. And I'm supporting myself. I mean, I'm buying from myself. Um, so it makes sense. There is a potential scenario coming up in the future to where we may get away from that a little bit. Um, but right now it's right now it just makes sense to do what we do. It's not worth the investment for another fuel tank. It's not worth the investment to manage fuel inventory. Um, there's just not that much of a difference between what I pay and what the reality of it ever is. So, um, never been on an 1150 case much. I was on the 1450s and some of the 650s and 850s. They were all pretty good dozers. I'd take that back. I did run an 1150 one time. It had the angle blade where the cylinders were on the draft arms, where they were really long. Um, I remember it being pretty good little dozers. A lot of them runs the 6.7s and the 8.3 Cummins in them, and they were pretty good engines. So, yep, Dirt Boss runs the Komatsu. I think he has pretty good luck with it. So, a lot of people say, "Well, you can't run green fuel in your equipment; you'll run it." It's the same damn fuel, people. The only difference is the color of dye they put in it, whether it's green or red. Oh, it's the craziest. Some people are just absolutely. Uh, some people are just absolutely ate up, but yeah, I know. I get that question a lot. It just makes sense. So, Chris, appreciate it. That's actually from SRS Attachments. I don't know. I wear several different hats, but I kind of just see you later, Farmer Chris. I'm sure I'll catch you at some point this week. We may have to come back, steal our little mini excavator back from you. We're going to be working at the neighbor's house there tomorrow. So, um, yeah. So, I see you guys talking about the Komatsu dozers. I upgrade to a cab dozer, a small cab dozer sometime this year. I'm really kind of torn on what I want to do. I like the deers. I like the cats. Um, I recently discovered Komatsu's got a few. Borden, Indiana. You're not too far from us there, Blackhawk. Komatsu's got a few options that I'm interested in. Man, the Komatsu dozers. I know everybody goes on and on about the visibility. All dozers have good visibility to the corner bits. That's all you really need. The rest of it is what it is. Um, Clint, man, have a good Christmas. I'm sure I'll catch up with you at some point. Um, I don't know. I don't know which direction I'm gonna go with the small dozer. Da, 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 da. Air controlled. I'll cover this in an upcoming video, but I love my air controlled shop crane because I can feather it, Amanda. The electric ones are just on and off, and this one here, it works great. I got the controls working again, so I really do like the air one. I know it's a little bit noisier and a few other things. So, I need a haircut, Sonny. That's what's wrong with my head is I need a haircut. So, yeah. So whenever it comes to a cab dozer, um, I would love to find a cabbed D4 or D5G, low R D5G cab. That's probably pretty high on the list. An H or a J, 650 or 700 John Deere is on the list. And I would entertain a Komatsu in the right situation. I don't know. They're good dozers. Uh, they're good dozers. I haven't got the feel for them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's nothing against the dozer. It's just kind of a personal. TL12. That is not a damn dozer. I get so Windsor. I get so aggravated whenever people say you can get a skid steer and do the same thing with it as you can a dozer. That is the farthest damn thing from the truth. Now, a TL12 skid steer in the right scenario, they will move dirt tit for tat with a dozer. But there is so much more you can do with a dozer you can't do with a skid steer, and there's so much you can do with a skid steer you can't do with a dozer. They're two completely separate pieces of equipment. Um, so, so we can go in the whole skid steer conversation. I will never get a skid steer to replace my small dozer. We use the small dozer considerably more than we use the skid steer. And if I used my skid steer in place of my small dozer, I would destroy my skid steer. Um, Neil, yeah, I seen you posted the video. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, so I need to get a hold of you, Neil. I got some ideas and some thoughts. I'll have to text you here later if I remember. Anyways, but going back to the skid steer conversation, that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't bought a skid steer. As much as I don't like my Kubota, I haven't really found a whole lot any better. And the Takakuchis, they're they're pretty much a Kubota. I hate to say it. They got the same engine in it. They got the same drivetrain in it. There's some they do operate a little bit smoother as far as the hydraulics and stuff. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. These are all good questions. Uh, all good questions. Um, so I don't know. The Kubota's getting it's got 4,000 hours on it. It keeps creeping up there a little bit, but knock on wood, it's been doing pretty good. The Deer 333 has been pretty high up on the list, and honestly, that's probably my skid steer of choice right now. It's got the AMR engine in it. They're good solid machines. Um, my only problem with it is I've got so accustomed to the roll up door. The Deer 333s don't have that. Um, so I've kind of got away. I don't know that they're pretty high up on the list. Um, yeah, Case has got the TV 620. I may get a chance to demo one of those. I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. Yeah, JCB. I'd have a JCB in a heartbeat if they were 100 horse. Um, I'd have yeah, Captain Cleveland's guy. Yeah, I've seen that in there. That's Jeremy Ramsey's. He bought a brand new 333, and um, it's Jeremy Ramsey's there, Cleveland. It's brand new one. He's the same guy I bought the church down there. Um, yeah, the farmer Matt, you're correct, and that's the same way my Kubota is. Like, there's no creature comforts in it whatsoever. It's all business. Um, Bobcat, I can't do Bobcat. I just can't do Bobcat. I've got too many quirks about the way them things are designed. Um, um, Too many quirks about the way those things are designed. So I don't know. There's not too many pieces of equipment I won't own, but Bobcat's probably one of them, and Kubota's right there with him at this point. I was watching the Iowan farmer the other day. He's got the same skid steer I do, and he was having some problems with it. Went on a rant, and it kind of comes back to the same thing. Like, the skid steer itself is not bad. Like, it's got good power. It operates good. Um, Full tilt grade. What's up? Like, the skid steer itself is not a bad piece of equipment. It's whenever something breaks and it's just the stupidest engineering you ever seen in your life. It just drives me crazy. Um, and I'm not for sure the Takakuchis are a whole lot better, to be honest with you. So I don't know. We use the skid steer a lot, but we don't use it as much as you think it does, especially the small dozer. The small dozer, I mean, it's usually the first choice to go out. So, um, um, uh, yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of one reason why I still got the Kubota. If it's running, I don't mind it. It breaks, I get mad and I want to sell it. Um, Fortunately, it's been doing pretty good here lately. Nothing major. I think you just seen the video a while back where we had to replace the bottom idler on the track, but I can't blame that on Kubota. Uh, I can't blame that on the Kubota. I mean, that's just a wear item. So, do I wish I didn't need a skid steer? Yes. I went years and years and years without a skid steer just because I hated those things. And they're necessary evils. I mean, they're very handy pieces of equipment in certain situations. I mean, if you're going to be big time in the excavating business, um, um, it kind of is what it is. So, um, yeah, Captain Cleveland, I tripped over your purchase on the lot the other day. I was down there looking for some metal for my build, and around in the corner and didn't see it there, and about I went down. But I think from what I've seen, that is the perfect size for what you got going on. I don't want to give too much away because I'm sure everybody will be seeing it on your channel. But yeah, Cleveland came across a pretty good little snag there the other day. Uh, so Herb Equipment has my lovely John Deere dealer that we have a on again, off again relationship with. They got bought out. I forgot. Chris told me who bought them out the other day. Forgot who it was. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Out of all the crazy part is, out of all the major companies around here, we got Case, we got Case, John Deere, Cat, Komatsu, Takakuchi. There's a Hyundai dealer. Out of all the dealers around here, there's one. There's one that calls on me on a regular basis. The rest of them just don't even acknowledge I exist. Ain't that sad? I mean, it's just absolutely sad. I can walk into the cat dealer. They wouldn't have a clue who I am. Um, I walked into the Hyundai dealer in Evansville, and they were looking at me like I was an alien. I'm like, you guys, it's pitiful. It's like, not that I'm anything special, but you think an excavating company of my size that buys the amount of equipment I do in your territory, you would at least know the guy's name. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to know why I don't have new equipment? Because all of our dealers suck. I guess that's the best way I know how to. I don't know. I'm getting on a rant here. I shouldn't throw anybody under the bus. The guy from the Komatsu dealership, Matt, he checks on me every once in a while, and I do appreciate that. And ironically, I haven't bought much of anything from him, but at least he knows. And a few guys from the John Deere dealership reached out to me a while back, but they went cold in the last 4 or 5 months. So I don't know. I don't know. Is what it is, I guess. But I was really surprised when I walked into the Hyundai dealership. An hour down the road, you would think they would know who I was. And nope, not a clue. So, anyways, uh, McCroy, yeah, that's right, John. You're right. That's the name. I'm not real familiar with that company. Are you familiar with them? Do you know much about them? I don't know. I had my issues with Herb, and you guys seen the video. We kind of worked through them. I don't really have a whole lot bad to say about them now, but go figure. About the time you get on good terms with them, they switch, and all the people leave, and then you got to build all new relationships with new people, and rah rah rah. So I don't know. That's one thing that's got me a little bit leery about buying anything John Deere is the dealer support there. So not saying I don't have it. It's just that I haven't gained the trust in those guys yet. Now, especially um, um, Dodge man, I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the channels there. So um, yeah, I guess I don't watch any company videos. I, I don't know. I actually walked in there. The Hyundai dealership in Evansville had a Takakuchi 212 listed on their website for sale, and they had one of the brand new 85s down there. And I walked in there to talk to them about that skid steer, and they were just oblivious to the world. So, is what it is. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. You guys got me talking about equipment here. Like I said, small cab dozer probably first on the list. Skid steer will probably be second. Haul truck, maybe a larger excavator. And then if I get a larger excavator, do I sell? I'll never sell the 120. So do I sell the 140? I don't know. We'll have to see. But kicked you guys off over here. Hold on. We'll just have to kind of see how everything pans out. And one of my biggest Daniel there, deer is horrible. One of my issues with deer, and it's just not deer. It seems like all of the major companies are going to this. Is you don't have your mom and pop dealerships anymore. You have they want these mega dealers that got 30, 40 stores, and that's just like Herb getting bought out by McCoy or whoever it is. The bigger the dealer gets, the less chance you have for a relationship, and the guy you have a relationship, the less chance he has to make a decision for you, and it just turns into a mess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of just not a big fan of the. I mean, if a dealership's got 4 or 5 stores, that's fine. You got 30 stores, you get lost in the paperwork. You just become a number on their spreadsheet, and I don't care what they say. You'll never get the same treatment out of a major. You'll never get the same treatment out of a major corporation as you will a mom and pop operation. Just period. Um, So it's kind of a shame to see all these small dealers get bought out by the big ones. And ironically, one of the better small dealers we have around here is so Diamond Equipment is the company I'm talking about there, PJS. I'm not sure who I talked to in there too, but Diamond Equipment's the spot I was at in Evansville, or the Hyundai dealer in Evansville. Um, but anyways, back to I don't know. It's just I understand why I did it from a corporate standpoint. You got corporate over there that can talk to one guy that's over 60 stores versus talking to one guy that's over one store. But on the user end, everybody forgets about the damn user. On the user end down here, it turns into a damn shit show, to be honest with you. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. But ironically, one of the better mom and pop dealerships we have is the Kubota and Bobcat dealer. Hove Equipment, they're still a small, locally owned company. Great dealership. I just don't like the equipment they sell. I mean, I have no issues with them whatsoever. That's where I bought my Ranger from. I bought a few other things from over the years. Um, but our Caterpillar dealership is they used to be decent. They are horrific. I'm talking horrific. Probably the main reason I'll never buy a piece of cat equipment again until something changes there. The dealership, it's why would I sell the 140 over the 120? Because the 120 is a much better piece of equipment, much more reliable, much stronger. Pretty much does everything better except for move faster. And it's a sentiment. It's probably the one piece of equipment I got that I'm somewhat sentimental to. So I'll keep it around. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Kind of got a rant. I didn't really get a rant on dealerships there, but I don't know. Dealerships just they frustrate me. They just really frustrate me. They always want to be there when you need them, and then they turn around and take advantage of you at the same time. Um, the like I said, the guys at the Komatsu dealership, which is also a Takakuchi dealership, Brandeis, they've been pretty good to um, they've been pretty good to deal with. Um, I haven't bought anything major from them yet. A few small things here and there, but um, they've been pretty good to deal with. So, anyways, I'm a ranting. I'm rambling here, guys. You guys got me rambling about equipment. So you just have to stay tuned to the new season, the new year, to see what's going on. Definitely stay tuned tomorrow because it's decision day on Matt's Pond. What we're gonna do with it. Really cool video coming up in the morning on Matt's Pond. So stay tuned. Uh, Stay tuned for that. A lot of other cool videos coming, a lot of cool stuff coming on the channel. And don't forget the podcast. The podcast is up and running again. A few points from perfect. Episode 1, season 2 is up. Should be up on all the major streaming platforms in the morning. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for all that. January 7th, Officer Hoover's going to do the DOT training. We're going to do our best to live stream that. So if you guys want to set in on that. If you got a trucking company, you want to get you guys together, set in on watching it. We're going to try to stream the whole thing, and um, and hopefully you guys can interact and ask some questions and stuff as it's going on. So, guys, I appreciate everything. Hope you guys have a good Christmas and a good New Year's. If I don't see you, and appreciate you hanging out. And we're going to wrap this one up, guys. We'll catch you later. Have a good evening.